Happy Chinese New Year to all celebrating it. I thought I'd do a special for today. And what better item can I review than PNSO's Adventures of the 12 Zodiac Animals? Now PNSO, besides doing prehistoric animals, also does extant ones, and needless to say, they look good. But of course, as you can imagine, I'm running out of space, not to mention money, so I have to really pick and choose. And right now the only ones I have are this giraffe, white rhino, this adorable fennec fox, and this set we're looking at today. Just like the West has its Zodiac, the Chinese do too. Now one of 12 animals and its attributes are recorded to each year, and then the 12-year cycle repeats. I love to end with the tiger since that's what this is the year of, but since these animals are most commonly listed starting with the rat and ending with the pig, and that's how PNSO has packaged it, that's what we'll do. Now this was back in the old days that I really miss, when everything was bilingual and a real aid to learning languages. If I wanted to learn a word in English, I'd go from here to here. And if I didn't know a word in Chinese, I'd go from here to here. We've lost that now. Anyway, these are the animals and they're all babies. First is Azi the mouse. Deceptively simple looking, without legs and a flat base, but even in its simplicity, you can see how finely textured the fur is here. One general hue, but look at the fades here. And here. The color in the nose and mouth transitions so smoothly. And the little black eyes are also carefully painted with a lifelike gloss. Now second is Ato, the ox. Again, having that flat base with no detail underneath, but just look again at the fine sculpting. Not just the fur, but the individual wrinkling. Again, the nice glossy eyes with a wet-looking nose. Third is Ayin, the Tiger Club, which might rightly be the star this year. Now one of the few not in a lying pose, there is now sculpted detail on the underside. And once again, just really like these color fades. And going up top, it's even more pleasing. In the transition of the fur from the back to the belly, and here into the white of the face. I really like the soulful looking eyes, glancing off to the side in a sheepish manner. The stripes are nicely executed, though some could use more softening to create a more delicate look, the way they did in the face. Fourth is Amao, the rabbit, another flatty, but this time they've actually stamped the legs underneath. Now I don't know if this was done for humor, but it's cute. generally white like a bunny, but with some pink highlights that blend very nicely here in the ear tips. The mouth, and around the eyes. And just look at how carefully the eyes are executed here. And that's really something nice about PNSO. They really take pride in their work, even for simple, more affordable toys. Now, fifth is Chen, the baby dragon. It's really cute how they've babyfied the traditional Chinese dragon with delicately painted colors that hint of its fuchsia hues. That traditional green of the body. The scale detail. And those so sleepy eyes. I like that the coiling here actually hides the left eye. A nice touch. On the underneath, they've also stamped some detail. Without it being Chinese New Year, this might be my only entry, contributing of course to the dragons part of my channel. Now sixth is Si the snake. Again, simply yet nicely painted. With this fade, and shiny red eyes. PNSO has added some interest in this leaf covering here. Now, funny thing, very often when I see a snake, this is what I think of.
Look at you, poisonous snake!
But of course, it's hard to see this little fellow as anything so evil. Seventh is Wu, the horse. Again, as you can see the detail in the fur. The mane. And the face. A nice coloration in the ears. The muzzle. And of course, the shiny eyes. A very lazy pose, something I wish I could do more often myself. Eighth is Wei, the goat. Another lazy, lying animal. Seems like that's something babies spend a lot of time doing. Again, the fur detail. The little accents in the ears. The nose. Eyes. You know, there's something about his expression I can't quite place. Strangely reminds me of the Mona Lisa's knowing smirk. Ninth is Shen, the monkey. The fur is what you expect by now. Although I feel that some more colors, especially here in the ears, would have been welcome. The eyes are interesting with this sideways glance, each very nicely executed, as well as heterochromia with these differently colored eyes. In general, a cute, naughty looking fellow, and I'm saying that as someone who isn't fond of primates generally. Now 10th is Ayo, the pullet, and it's actually called that, and usually instead of chicken. The rest of the animals are called by their adult animal forms, instead of stot, cub, kid, hatchling, snakelet, foal, kid, infant, pup, or piglet. Again, just look at the feathering detail. And the colors. The eyes. It almost feels life-size sitting in my hand. Eleventh is Ashi the dog. Now just look at this little guy sleeping so peacefully. I like the sparse fur, giving it a very naked look, which is suggested also by the pink, which I hope you can see in camera. And these rolls of fur and fat here in the neck. And finally, 12th, we have Ahai, the pig. Now this little babe looks like it's just about to get up and get active, in contrast to his other companions. Just look at the sculpting. The paint application. But more than that, the living expression in the face. Now this is something I think PNSO does very well, that taken together just add some living essence to their models. And just for interest, each of the animals are named after the 12 earthly branches, which together with the 10 heavenly stems form an even higher level in the Chinese honoring system. Hence, we have 阿子、丑、寅、卯、辰、巳、午、未、申、酉、戌, and Hai. So there's a system even in the names, and that's why I like PNSO so much. Their products really are great for educating kids. I only wish they'd kept to the bilingual text, but now you either choose Chinese or English, so one learning aspect is lost. Still, I've said before that if I had children of my own, I would definitely be giving them plenty of gifts from PNSO. And no, this is not a paid promo. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at yet another of PNSO's interesting products and also a little peek into Chinese culture. As always, there will be people who know more about this than me, so if I've made a mistake or if you have anything of interest to add, please comment below. So, Happy Chinese New Year, and for those of you still eligible to receive loot, I wish you lots of it. And those of you who are eligible only to give it out, well, I can only say that I hope we have some left for dinosaur models. I'll see you soon with another video.